Imagine a world where animals don't just make noises or follow their instincts but start acting exactly like humans. Not just talking, actually adopting all of our habits, emotions, complaints, and social behaviors. Funny? Absolutely. Chaotic? Even more. Let us dive into this bizarre alternate reality and see what would happen if animals behaved like us. Let's start with man's best friend, the dog. Normally, dogs are symbols of loyalty and happiness. They wag their tails, jump with excitement when you come home, and never judge your choices. But if dogs started acting like humans, things would change drastically. Imagine walking into your house after a long day at work, and instead of running into your arms, your dog stares at you and says, "You're late again. We need to talk about our relationship. I feel neglected." Suddenly, your loyal friend becomes a passive-aggressive roommate. And instead of begging for walks, the dog might say, "Not today, I'm socially drained. Take yourself for a walk." Now let's move to cats. Cats already behave as if they own the house, so imagine them with fully human attitudes. They would be unbearable. Instead of just knocking your glass of water off the counter, your cat would criticize your lifestyle choices. Really? That's the shirt you're wearing? No wonder your love life is a disaster. And by the way, you should have finished that online course months ago. Living with a cat would be like living with a relentless life coach mixed with a sarcastic critic. Cows, on the other hand, would probably spiral into existential crises. Picture a cow staring at you while chewing grass and asking, "Is this really my purpose? To just stand here, eat, and wait? What is the meaning of all this?" They'd form therapy groups in the fields, start writing self-help books, and host motivational talks. Titles like The Art of Chewing Your Anxiety or Finding Purpose in Endless Pastures. Birds would likely become the loudest online activists. Instead of just chirping outside your window at 5 a.m., they'd be on social media, let's call it Twitter, ranting about politics, climate change, and who's to blame for deforestation. They'd form echo chambers, cancel each other for singing the wrong tune, and write long posts that nobody really wants to read. The morning chorus would no longer be nature's music. It would be birds shouting, "Educate yourself." And fish? Real fish are forgetful, swimming happily with no real sense of time or purpose. But if they acted like us, they would turn into philosophers of the sea. One fish might look around the aquarium and sigh, "This glass box is too small. I was born for the ocean, for freedom." Another would reply, "No, you don't get it. The aquarium is safe. Out there are predators. This is the balance between safety and freedom." They'd hold debates about the meaning of existence until the filter broke down. Monkeys, of course, would be the closest to us. If they acted like humans, they'd probably unionize. Picture a monkey complaining about his boss. "My supervisor is a gorilla who doesn't understand leadership. I deserve a raise. Tomorrow, I'm going on strike." There would be monkey protests, banana inflation, and workplace drama just like in our own offices. Even ants would lose their legendary discipline. Right now, they're the most organized workers on the planet. But with human habits, one ant would sit back and say, "Not today. I'm on a break." Another would complain, "Why do I have to carry this giant leaf when she only has a tiny stick?" The entire anthill would collapse into chaos, and instead of building empires underground, they'd hold endless meetings that achieve nothing. Horses, majestic symbols of strength and freedom, would probably become modern-day employees suffering from burnout. Imagine a horse at the racetrack saying, "I can't keep running in circles for your entertainment. I need yoga. I need a vacation. I want to find myself." Horses refusing saddles, asking for spa days, or starting therapy podcasts about stress management. Whales, on the other hand, would be the poets and artists of the sea. Their songs wouldn't just be communication. They'd be melancholic ballads about emptiness and longing. A whale might sigh, "The ocean is vast, but the emptiness inside me is greater." They'd release albums on Spotify, go viral for sad ocean songs, and host sold-out concerts under the waves. Even mosquitoes would develop a guilty conscience. Instead of biting silently, they might hover near your ear and whisper, "Sorry, I know this annoys you, but I need to survive too. Times are tough." Or worse, they'd leave an invoice after every bite. "Thank you for your donation. Blood rent due again next week." Suddenly, a mosquito bite becomes a bizarre business transaction. Now, let's visit the zoo. Today, zoos are places for families to see exotic animals. But if animals thought and acted like us, zoos would be hotbeds of protest. Lions roaring not out of instinct but shouting, "Freedom now!" Elephants holding signs made of branches saying, "No cages, no chains." Bears giving interviews for documentaries exposing injustice. A simple family trip would turn into witnessing an animal rights revolution. And let's not forget the little everyday animals like pigeons. Instead of just scavenging for crumbs, they'd form city councils. We demand cleaner parks. We demand more bread subsidies. They'd campaign, hold elections, and probably have corruption scandals within a week. Spiders, usually silent, would become interior designers. Excuse me, but my web is not just for catching flies. It's modern art. Minimalist, but with depth. You'd wake up to spiders asking if you appreciate their creativity, leaving reviews of your taste in decoration. Rabbits? Oh, they'd be relationship experts. You humans overcomplicate love. Just multiply, eat carrots, and relax. But soon, they'd write books, run podcasts, and become self-help gurus, making millions while still chewing lettuce. The funniest part of this whole scenario is that it mirrors us. When we imagine animals acting like humans, what we're really doing is looking at ourselves from a different angle. Dogs becoming needy partners, cats becoming critics, cows turning philosophical. It all shows how absurd we humans can be. And maybe that's why we already humanize animals without realizing it. We put sweaters on dogs, talk to cats as if they were therapists, give names to fish and sing to birds. We're already blending the line between our world and theirs, only they don't get a say. But imagine, just for a second, if they did. If one day you woke up and your dog greeted you with a sarcastic, "Good morning," or your cat rolled its eyes and commented on your outfit, or your parrot refused to repeat your words because it found them problematic. At first, it would be shocking. Then it would be hilarious. And finally, it would be terrifying. Because maybe, just maybe, animals acting like humans would remind us of how strange we actually are. So next time you look at your pet, be thankful they don't complain about the bills, ask for Wi-Fi, or demand a promotion. Because the world is chaotic enough with just humans acting like humans. Imagine if every creature joined the club.